has 5 other offices, but none in Santa Rosa, because he doesn't want me coming into that office like I did in Lynn Willis's office all the time. Go ahead.
Our former anti-strike first, Art of Tough, Senator Barbara Boxer, the most powerful woman in Congress, former anti-strike first, Nancy Pelosi.
He's right down in San Francisco.
Former anti-strike first and Second Amendment champion Mike Thompson.
His office is in Santa Rosa.
Former anti-strike first, now boxer seat-seeking candidate Loretta Sanchez.
Southern California.
And 252 other superdelegate public officers, including our Governor Jerry Brown, who blocks my petitions for extraordinary relief from Hillary's treason and damned emails. Complainer Bernie Sanders, quoting John Wagner, attached, all committed treason by unanimously, according to Bernie, on national television, endorsing a second-time presidential candidate, former New York Senator Hillary Clinton, whom all know is one of 373 traitors who authorized 9/11 attempted wife killer George W. Bush to use, let's just have a D in there,
Oh, yes, sir.
armed forces as he determines to be listed.
No, we don't need that. We don't need that in there. He used armed forces. The law says armed forces of the United States. As he determines it. So,
In accompanying,
what do you think, Mary? Should we have a Z at the huh? Okay.
in accompanying Exhibit G2, to strike first in Iraq, which is against everything our Union of States stands for, because it gives aid and comfort to enemies, foreign and domestic.
Okay, stop right there. Mary, would it be better if I just say it stands for, put a period, and then say it gives aid and comfort?
No, I think it's okay the way it is.
Okay, because it, go on.
Because it gives aid and comfort to enemies, foreign and domestic, and began the slaughter of over 864,000 Muslims in favor of other born-again myth-mongers and the offense industry, in an unconstitutional invasion of Iraq that triggered ISIL and lynched 4,823 God-fearing Americans, including United States Army Captain Khan, and part of a grand conspiracy to hide 2,982 Enron puppet bad boy born-again Bush caused unplanned murders on 9/11. All of the above public officers are bound by oath of office and public employment contracts to support and defend Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, Authority 1, law which disqualifies domestic enemy adhering Hillary from holding any office, civil or military, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. But no elected public servant honors their oaths to and contracts with we the betrayed people. This is because all elected public servants under the United States maintain the lie that Al-Qaeda killed nearly 3,000 Americans on 9/11. Quoting our unaffordable President Obama stand in Exhibit 194, in fear of retaliation from Muslim-hating Christians. The largest voting bloc in history.
There you are. That's what this thing is all about. We have a constitution. Constitution for the United States. But between here and Sebastopol, up by my groceries, there's 3 churches, big towers. People come in there every week. They put money in the kitty. The minister gets up and tells them about the latest, whatever it is. He tells them who they're voting for. It is a racket. And it's the largest voting bloc in history. And nobody will get elected in this county unless you're a Christian. Won't happen. And unfortunately, they believe the Bible rather than hold the Constitution. Which we the people create, ordain for the United States for our protection. But they put the Bible over that. Pray to God. Don't go down and complain to your local public officials. Okay. Next, go ahead, please.
Shall suffer death. Section 3 of Supreme Law of our land is the 14th Amendment disqualifies strike first traitors like Senators Clinton, McCain, and McConnell, Congressman Pence and Ryan, and 368 other members.
Excuse me, everybody here understands that Mike Pence is running with Donald Trump for as vice president.
Other members of the 107th Congress from holding any office, civil or military, under the United States. Therefore, Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi and Loretta Sanchez and Congressman Jared Huffman and Mike Thompson and any other public servant delegate who unanimously endorsed the Constitution aborting Martial Law 107243, authorizing strike first traitor Hillary for president, adheres to their enemies of the United States, giving them aid and comfort, and shall suffer death, or shall be imprisoned not less than 5 years, and fined under this title but not less than $10,000, and shall be incapable of holding any office under the United States according to we, the congressionally betrayed people's ordained law, the United States Code Title 18, Section 2381, Authority 2. 1. The greatest act of treason in this country's 229-year history was when New York Senator Hillary Clinton, our Willie Brown-stained U.S. Senator, Communist China's doll, Diane Frankenstein, and 371 other strike first traitors in the 107th Congress, including Vice Presidential candidate Mike Pence, authorized our President to use the armed forces of the United States as he determines to do this. Evidenced in the accompanying Exhibit G2. Look at it. Damn it, Jared. By this treasonous language, the 107th Congress treasonously handed the power of we the betrayed to declare war under Clause 11, Section 8, Article 1, Authority 3. In our, since World War II, not honored Constitution for our now $19,400 billion in blood debt, United States of 128,874 congressionally lynched dead Americans.
That's my latest abbreviation for the Constitution for 128,000 dead Americans.
Nobody's gonna know what that means.
Well, they'll have to go back and refer to her. Maybe you can ask me.
You have to make a footnote or something.
Pardon me?
Maybe you should make a footnote or
No,
something.
I just said, okay, Mary, we just read Constitution for, I guess I'll underline the C, underline the F, and then underline the 100, that's what I'll do, 128,000. Congressionally lynched, dead Americans. There.
And ignore our ordained procedure to call into the actual service of the United States our President to execute specific foreign policy to invade foreign soil as a Commander-in-Chief, which we mandate by Clause 1, Section 2, Article 2, Authority 4. CF 127,000 GAS.
Good. There you got it.
Under
See
a
how he did it?
under a resolution by the majority of Congress using the power that we, the people, grant by our Constitution for the United States, citing our preamble in the accompanying Exhibit 22. Only to Congress. However, as of October 16th, 2002.
People grant only to Congress, okay.
However, as of October 16th, 2002, under Section 3A of Constitution of Bordering Public Betraying Law 107-243, in Exhibit G2, we, the congressionally betrayed people, have had an easily bought-off man who caused 2,982 unplanned 9/11 murders on 9/11, and another man who lies that Al-Qaeda killed nearly 3,000 Americans on 9/11. Use we, the people's armed forces, which includes any public officer or CIA hired mercenaries with a gun, as he determines to be necessary.
Okay, stop, Mary. Should I take out one of those 9/11s?
Yes, the last one. I mean, we went on for 9/11 murders on 9/11.
Which
Unplanned
one?
murders, the one on the fourth line.
Well, yeah, which one do you want out?
The second one. Unplanned 9/11 murders, take out the on 9/11.
Okay. All right. 2.
A. Invade Iraq for big oil under pretense of legal authority in an AUMF authorization and use of authorization. B. Kill Muslims who killed nearly 3,000 Christians on 9/11. Lie. See Exhibits A through AC3. In the accompanying missive entitled, "Will Donald Trump Tell the Truth About 9/11?"
You want me to read?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, now just hang on a minute. I'm sorry I didn't have these printed up. But here's this A through, that proves that Al-Qaeda did not kill these people. This is the color of the first shot of the South Tower coming down. And here's a color shot of it. A second later, it's almost down. There's the North Tower still in place. And all these little spots are beams. And all this smoke is dust from controlled demolitions. And here's a third.
John,
Pardon
can
me?
you clarify? Will you tell Milan about that controlled demolition, like how you know it was, or what the exhibits would be about, or what the proof is about that?
Yeah.
For that?
Hello?
Super static.
We're being fanned.
Really?
Your question, please.
Well, I just wanted you to clarify how you know it was controlled demolition on the.
Well, first of all, do you agree that the thing is exploding? It's not collapsing. It's exploding from dynamite.
It's exploding rather than melting, collapsing.
But the asbestos is
They
coming
want
out.
you to believe that that's a collapse.
No, it doesn't look like it. It looks
Not
like an
even.
explosion. I
It's an
remember
explosion.
I saw that on the news when it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's covered up. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
And it's done by controlled demolitions. They had to preset the demolitions in there. And they're set off by a computer, so the thing comes straight down. But it's illegal, because demolitions are supposed to be from the bottom up. So the dust doesn't fly all over the place. If it's from the bottom up, the bottom is collapsing, the dust is covered up by the building as it comes down on top of it. In fact, they don't even bother to demolish the top, and all the dust is contained in the collapsed structure. But this had to be from the top down because it was done because airplanes hit the building. Okay. And here is the shot of the F-16 and its missile attacked the Pentagon. And I'm sorry I don't have a copy to give you right now, but there is proof that the Pentagon was attacked by an F-16. You can just barely see its fuselage and its tail right here. And this shot is gone. But here the building is being destroyed. And then here's the proof, this 10-foot hole in the 6th wall of the building. There's proof it was done by a missile. And then here's the, how I arrived to the 2,982 unplanned murders on 9/11. There were 595 unplanned murders during the controlled demolition. That's this thing here. And there were already a couple hundred dead when the plane hit, with passengers and with people in the tower. Had it been done, had the attacks been 45 minutes earlier, the doors would have been closed, there would have been nobody in the tower. So there are people died from the planes attacking the tower and from the demolition of the buildings. People who normally came in and were working in the buildings. And the collapse to hide 1,360 murders in the in the North Tower, and then both collapses hide 794 additional unplanned murders on 9/11 during the controlled demolition of the Twin Towers, both towers, by insurance scammer Silverstein. According to 2,749 official state New York death certificates. There were 2,749 people that died from those controlled demolitions. Or the airplanes attacking the buildings, one or the other. And then in addition to that, there were 189 people who were killed in the Pentagon. It happened to be the Office of Naval Intelligence who was blocking the airlifting of troops, 65,000 troops in Operation Central Harvest into Afghanistan. And then the 44 passenger crew on Flight 93 who were shot down by a Sidewinder missile to destroy all evidence of presidential attempted flight drone, which caused 2,182 murders.